धर्म माना गया है। उसी गौरवशाली परंपरा का निर्वहन करते हुए हम आज अपने अतिथिगणों का स्वागत करते हैं। मैं सदस्य सीबीआईसी श्री संजय मंगल से अनुरोध करती हूं कि वे माननीय राजस्व सचिव को पौधा और स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट कर उनका स्वागत करें। मां सरस्वती की ये प्रतिमा केवल एक स्मृति चिन्ह नहीं, बल्कि ज्ञान, प्रेरणा और निरंतर प्रगति का प्रतीक है। जीएसटी की यात्रा भी इन्हीं मूल्यों से प्रेरित रही है। धन्यवाद सर। अब मैं प्रधान मुख्य आयुक्त सीजीएसटी दिल्ली जोन श्रीमती रिमझिम प्रसाद से अनुरोध करती हूं कि वे माननीय अध्यक्ष सीबीआईसी को पौधा और स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट कर उनका स्वागत करें। धन्यवाद महोदया। जब शब्द कम पड़ जाते हैं तो संगीत बोलता है। इस भाव की सुंदर व्यंजना लेकर हम प्रस्तुत करते हैं हमारा जीएसटी गीत। इस गीत के माध्यम से जीएसटी की उस परिवर्तनकारी यात्रा को महसूस किया जा सकता है जो 2017 से आरंभ होकर जीएसटी 2.0 तक अनवरत प्रवाहित हो रही है।
Composed by the officers of our department last year, this song has been revisited and enriched to reflect the progress in the GST ecosystem, echoing the Honorable Prime Minister's vision of GST Bachat Utsav.
अब मैं सीबीआईसी कल्चरल टीम को ये गीत प्रस्तुत करने के लिए आमंत्रित करती हूँ।
Of the taxpayers, and wherever issues are raised, solutions have been found by council either through amendments or through clarifications. So all of these players in GST, be it technology, be it the policy makers, be it the field formations which have actually implemented it, they deserve all the credit. And they need a special word of appreciation for the success and progress of GST. Last year was especially significant in this journey of GST because we rolled out this next generation reforms, GST 2.0, which made the structural reform in GST, rate rationalization, ease of living and ease of doing business. And rate slabs which were 4 were reduced to 2, and rates of about 400 commodities were reduced, which not only helped in reducing the burden of tax on the taxpayers or consumers, but also gave impetus to the economy as a whole. Simultaneously, it reflected the commitment of government to provide a trust-based administration by treating taxpayers as partners in the growth and development of the country. And based on that trust only, some measures were initiated which were in form of automated, automated registrations, provisional refund up to 90%. So all these measures reflected the commitment of government to provide better and better service based on the trust which has been reposed on the taxpayers. This year's theme, Sugam Kar Vyavastha, Sashakt Bharat, is in that direction only. It reiterates the commitment of government to further simplify, to further make the tax system more efficient, more responsive to the needs of the taxpayers, and more transparent, providing certainty and predictability, which will ultimately lead to strengthening of economy and lead to a strong India, strong country, Sashakt Bharat, and take us towards the direction of Viksit Bharat 2047. So in this direction, everybody now needs to reflect on what more needs to be done, be it from the policy and system side, that will be definitely taken care of by council and the government. But a lot of responsibility lies on field formations, because onus to implement whatever reform has been done is on the field officers only. And therefore, it becomes essential for each of us to look at our work, how we can improve it, how we can improve service delivery, and contribute more and more towards making GST a resounding success. Today we are also recognizing the excellence by some of the officers, some of the field formations in various areas of work. We are not only recognizing their excellence, but also this is acting as a motivation to other officers to also improve their own functioning, to emulate these officers, and to improve in their skills and service delivery day by day, hour by hour. So in the end, I will say that all of the stakeholders who have contributed to making GST a success, be it a trade industry, be it normal citizen, be it tax officers, tax professionals, everybody deserves kudos and special words of appreciation. And again, we all need to reiterate our commitment to continue with our efforts and further improve GST. So with this word, I once again congratulate everybody on this occasion of GST. I welcome you all here, and I thank you for being part of this celebration today with us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm address and for setting the tone for today's celebration.
लगभग एक दशक की दहलीज पर खड़े होकर जब हम पीछे मुड़कर देखते हैं तो जीएसटी की यात्रा हमें गर्व से भर देती है। इन 9 वर्षों की उपलब्धियों और राष्ट्र निर्माण में जीएसटी के योगदान एवं हाल में उठाए गए कुछ विशेष कदमों को हमने एक छोटे वीडियो में समाहित किया है। आइए इसके माध्यम से राष्ट्र निर्माण में अपने प्रयासों का सिंहावलोकन करें।
हर व्यवसाय एक महत्वाकांक्षा से शुरू होता है। कुछ बनाने का सपना, आगे बढ़ने का सपना। एक सपना तब फलता फूलता है जब व्यापार करना सरल, पारदर्शी और सुनिश्चित हो। पिछले 9 वर्षों से जीएसटी इस सपने को वास्तविकता में बदल रहा है। 1 जुलाई 2017 को लागू हुआ जीएसटी ने 19 से अधिक केंद्रीय और राज्य करों तथा उपकरों को एक ही कर में समाहित किया। और जैसे जैसे जीएसटी की ये उल्लेखनीय यात्रा आगे बढ़ी, समय था एक और बड़े कदम का।
मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, हम नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जीएसटी रिफॉर्म्स लेकर के आ रहे हैं। सामान्य मानवीय की जरूरतों के टैक्स भारी मात्रा में कम कर दिए जाएंगे। बहुत बड़ी सुविधा बढ़ेगी। हमारे एमएसएमई, हमारे लघु उद्योगी, इनको बहुत बड़ा लाभ मिलेगा।
जीएसटी की सफलता की नींव पर नेक्स्ट जेन जीएसटी रिफॉर्म लाए गए, जिसने रोजमर्रा की जरूरतों पर काम किए, अनुपालन आसान बनाए, प्रक्रियाएं तेज करी और व्यापार वृद्धि को मजबूती प्रदान की।
आज से देश में नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जीएसटी रिफॉर्म्स लागू हुए हैं। जीएसटी बचत उत्सव की शुरुआत हुई है। त्योहारों के इस मौसम में जनता जनार्दन को ये डबल बोनांजा मिला है।
400 से अधिक वस्तुओं पर जीएसटी की दरें कम की गईं। करोड़ों परिवारों के लिए ये हर दिन राहत पहुंचा रहा है। इलेक्ट्रॉनिक उपकरणों से लेकर रोजमर्रा की जरूरी चीजों तक, रसोई के सामान से लेकर थाली में परोसे जाने वाले भोजन तक, और अपना घर बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे परिवारों के लिए इसका असर और भी बड़ा है।
जीएसटी के दाम कम होने से राशन और घरेलू सामान पर काफी बचत होने लग गई है, जिससे घर का खर्चा चलाना काफी आसान हो चुका है।
सुलभ स्वास्थ्य सेवा के लिए जीवन रक्षक दवाएं, स्वास्थ्य उपकरण एवं डिवाइस, गंभीर बीमारियों का इलाज और बीमा सबको किफायती बनाया गया है।
जैसे कि जीएसटी रिफॉर्म हुआ है ना, इसका सीधा फायदा हम लोगों तक पहुंचा है। मेरी जो दवाइयाँ हर महीने की 7,000 रुपए की आती थी, अब 6200 रुपए की आ रही है। मेरा एक दोस्त है, उसके फादर को कैंसर है, उसका एक इंजेक्शन 5,000-6,000 रुपए सस्ता हो चुका है।
फसल के हर दाने के पीछे छुपी होती है मेहनत, धैर्य और लगन की एक कहानी देश के किसानों की। नेक्स्ट जेन जीएसटी ने प्रमुख कृषि आदानों और आधुनिक उपकरणों पर राहत प्रदान की है।
मैं शिव प्रसाद पटेल ग्राम कुरौली से ट्रैक्टर खरीदने के लिए 50 से 60,000 रुपए मिला है। इसी नाम से मैं मोदी जी को धन्यवाद।
नेक्स्ट जेन जीएसटी के साथ दुपहिया वाहन और छोटी कारें अब मध्यम वर्गीय परिवारों और युवा भारतीयों के लिए और किफायती हो गई हैं। बसों और वाणिज्यिक माल वाहनों पर जीएसटी के युक्तिकरण ने परिवहन और माल भाड़े की लागत को कम किया, जिससे गति शक्ति की भावना और सशक्त हुई।
जो बाइक पहले मेरे बजट से बाहर होती थी, जीएसटी के कम होने के बाद वही बाइक आज मेरे बजट में है और मैं भी अपनी बाइक ले पाया।
नेक्स्ट जेन जीएसटी रिफॉर्म सिर्फ नागरिकों के लिए ही नहीं, बल्कि करदाताओं और व्यवसायों के लिए भी राहत लेकर आए हैं।
This reform is not just on rationalizing rates. It's also on structural reforms. It's also on ease of living, so that businesses can do their business of working together with the GST with a great ease.
उद्यमियों, एमएसएमई और छोटे व्यवसायों के लिए तेज पंजीकरण एक प्रभावी बदलाव साबित हुआ है। आज अधिकांश नई जीएसटी करदाताओं को स्वचालित प्रक्रिया के माध्यम से कुछ ही घंटों में पंजीकरण प्राप्त हो रहा है। इससे अनुपालन आसान हुआ, प्रक्रियागत बोझ कम हुआ और व्यवसायों को अपना काम तेजी से शुरू करने में मदद मिली।
मुझे कुछ ही घंटों में जीएसटी पंजीकरण मिल गया। इससे मुझे अपना व्यवसाय जल्दी शुरू करने और उसकी वृद्धि पर ध्यान देने में मदद मिली।
एक महत्वपूर्ण सुधार के रूप में नेक्स्ट जेन जीएसटी ने कर दरों को तर्क संगत बनाते हुए जीएसटी ढांचे को और सरल किया है, जिससे अधिक स्पष्टता, एकरूपता और निश्चितता आई है। नेक्स्ट जेन जीएसटी रिफॉर्म के तहत एक्सपोर्ट और जीरो रेटेड सप्लाई पर 90% तक का रिस्क बेस्ड प्रोविजनल रिफंड मिलने लगा है, जिससे कि फंड उपलब्धता बढ़ी है और कैश फ्लो सुधरा है। ये लाभ इन्वर्टेड ड्यूटी स्ट्रक्चर के मामलों तक भी विस्तारित किया गया है।
तेज रिफंड का मतलब है कि अब मेरी कार्यशील पूंजी लंबे समय तक फंसी नहीं रहती। इससे मेरे नकदी प्रवाह में वास्तव में सुधार हुआ।
इंटरमीडिएरी सर्विसेज के लिए प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई नियमों में बदलाव से अब भारतीय सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स को एक्सपोर्ट से जुड़े फायदे मिल रहे हैं, जिससे वैश्विक बाजारों में उनकी प्रतिस्पर्धात्मकता मजबूत हुई है। इन सुधारों का प्रभाव आज पूरे जीएसटी इकोसिस्टम में दिखाई दे रहा है। आज 1.65 करोड़ से अधिक करदाता जीएसटी व्यवस्था का हिस्सा हैं। वित्त वर्ष 2025 से 26 में वार्षिक जीएसटी संग्रह 22.27 लाख करोड़ रुपए से अधिक रहा, जो सरल अनुपालन, व्यापक औपचारिकीकरण और जीएसटी व्यवस्था में बढ़ते विश्वास को दर्शाता है। आज नेक्स्ट जेन जीएसटी रिफॉर्म रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी को अधिक किफायती बना रही है, साथ ही व्यवसायों को अधिक सहजता और विश्वास के साथ आगे बढ़ने में सक्षम बना रही है। हर घर से लेकर हर उद्यम तक इन सुधारों के लाभ देश भर में पहुंच रहे हैं। एक मजबूत अर्थव्यवस्था का निर्माण, एक मजबूत भारत, विकसित भारत 2047 की ओर। जीएसटी के 9 वर्ष, सुगम कर व्यवस्था, सशक्त भारत।
Thank you. That presentation was indeed a vivid reflection of the transformative journey and achievements of GST over the years. May I now invite the Chairman CBIC, Shri Vivek Chaturvedi, to address this august gathering.
Revenue Secretary, my fellow members of the board, colleagues, retired senior officers of the department, distinguished representatives of the trade and industry, representatives from the GSTN, ladies and gentlemen. Please accept my heartiest wishes to all of you as we complete 9 successful years of GST today. Let me begin, not with a statistic, but with a memory that many officers in this room will recognize. In the years before July 2017, a truck carrying goods from one state to another would lose more time standing at a checkpost than it did on the highway. A transporter moving cargo from Chhattisgarh to Chennai routinely dealt with entry tax in one state, octroi at a municipal border, a different VAT rate the moment the vehicle crossed a state line, and a separate central excise and service tax regime layered on top of all of it. Compliance was not a monthly exercise. It was a daily negotiation with multiplicity. 9 years ago, India decided that this was not how a single national economy should function. That decision became the GST. It is worth recalling how unusual the GST exercise was. India did not simply legislate a new tax. It built an entirely new constitutional and institutional architecture for it. 17 central and state levies were folded into one. This required a constitutional amendment, the assent of more than half the state legislatures, and the creation of a permanent forum, the GST Council, where the Union and every state and union territory would sit as equals and decide tax policy by consensus. In nearly 9 years, the Council has met 56 times. Almost every decision, from the original rate structure to the recent rationalization, has emerged through deliberation. That, by itself, is a quiet but historic achievement in fiscal federalism. Reform is easy to announce and difficult to sustain. The test of GST lies in what happened after the launch, and the record here is instructive. The taxpayer base has grown from about 65 lakh registrants in July 2017 to roughly 1.65 crore, one of the largest expansion of a formal tax base anywhere in the world, achieved without any change in the basic threshold philosophy. The average monthly gross tax collections, which stood roughly at 89,000 odd crores in the first year of the tax, have risen to about rupees 1.85 lakh crores in 25-26. And the gross GST revenue for the last fiscal crossed 22 lakh crore of rupees, continuing an unbroken streak of a year-on-year growth that has held through a pandemic, global commodity shocks, and most recently a major rate rationalization. GST now accounts for close to a third of the union government's gross tax revenue, while giving every state a buoyant, predictable, monthly source of funds. And these are not numbers for their own sake. They represent the fiscal space that finances roads, schools, hospitals, welfare schemes, a tax administration that collects more without raising rates is in effect telling its citizens that honesty is being rewarded with simplicity. And that is precisely the trade we have tried to make over the last 9 years. If there is one feature that distinguishes India's GST from comparable reforms, it is the decision to make technology the backbone of tax rather than an afterthought to it. Today, the GST ecosystem works on a single integrated platform that handles registration, return filing, payment, refunds, and analytics, all of them together. We are also moving away from treating every taxpayer with equal suspicion and increasingly towards a model where data analytics and risk scoring allows a focus and a scrutiny where it is actually warranted, while the genuine, compliant businesses experience GST as something close to invisible, a system that works in the background rather than one that interrupts their operations. No reform of this scale stays static, and the rate rationalization carried out with the 56th Council in September 2025 is an example of this. For 8 years, industry, trade associations, tax professionals, consumers had consistently flagged the same problem, a multi-layered slab structure with cess on top, which created classification disputes that were more often about which slab a product would fall into rather than the economics of the product itself. The Council listened and the Council acted. And from the 22nd of September 2025, India moved to a predominantly two-rate structure of 5 and 18%, with the 40% rate reserved for select luxury and sin goods, and the compensation cess wound down for most categories. This is what the maturing tax system looks like. Not a structure fixed in 2017 and defended ever since, but one willing to revisit its own assumptions when the evidence and the stakeholders make the case. And perhaps GST's most underappreciated achievement is what it has done to the structure of the economy itself. More than 70 lakh enterprises that previously operated outside the formal tax net have entered it since 2017. Input tax credit, available only on documented formal channel purchases, gave every business in a supply chain a direct financial incentive to insist that its suppliers must be GST compliant also. The result has been a self-reinforcing formalization that no amount of enforcement alone could have achieved. Businesses began asking each other for invoices, not because an officer demanded it, but because their own tax credit depended on it. 9 years in, GST is no longer a reform in the process of being implemented. It is settled, working, one of the largest digital tax administrations in the world, supported by a permanent federal forum that has shown that it can revisit and improve its own decisions. The work that remains is familiar to everyone present in the room. Further easing compliance for small businesses, strengthening the new GSTAT, the appellate tribunal, so that litigation is resolved faster, continuing to use data rather than discretion to guide enforcement, and keeping faith with the principle that a simple tax, fairly administered, is itself a form of public service. As India moves towards the vision of a Vikasit Bharat by 2047, GST will remain one of the more consequential pillars of the journey, not because of any single announcement, but because of 9 years of consistent, consensus-driven, evidence-based reforms. I thank the GST Council, the state tax administrations, our CGST officers spread across the country, and above all, the millions of honest taxpayers whose voluntary compliance makes all of this possible today. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insightful address and for sharing your vision on the evolving GST ecosystem. Your words continue to inspire us to strive for greater efficiency, transparency, and taxpayer service. We now arrive at a very special segment of today's program, the presentation of commendation certificates. An organization achieves excellence through the dedication, commitment, and professionalism of its officers.
ये प्रशंसा पत्र उन उत्कृष्ट अधिकारियों एवं कर्मियों के प्रति सम्मान और सराहना का प्रतीक है जिन्होंने अपनी निष्ठा, समर्पण और उत्कृष्ट कार्य से जीएसटी को सफल बनाने, करदाताओं को बेहतर सेवाएं देने तथा पारदर्शी और सरल कर व्यवस्था स्थापित करने में महत्वपूर्ण योगदान दिया है। उनके अथक प्रयासों ने न केवल जीएसटी व्यवस्था को और अधिक मजबूत बनाया है, बल्कि हम सभी के लिए कर्तव्य निष्ठा, उत्कृष्ट कार्य और जनसेवा का प्रेरणादायक उदाहरण भी प्रस्तुत किया है।
May I request our honorable chief guest and distinguished dignitaries on the dais to come forward to present the commendation certificates. I kindly request Honorable Revenue Secretary to present the awards. As we call out the names, I request the recipients to please come on the stage.
Firstly, Certificate of Meritorious Service will be awarded. These are awarded to the following officers: Gaurav Singh, Commissioner, GST Policy Wing; Michael Ecom, Additional Director General, DGGI, Kolkata; Mandeep Sangha, Additional Director, Nasin Palasamudram; Shalabh Katiyar, Additional Director, DRI, Mumbai; G. Ram Kumar, Superintendent, Coimbatore, CGST; Deepak Ram Nivas Gupta, Superintendent, CGST, Nagpur; G.V. Nagendra, Superintendent, DRI, Hyderabad; S. Keshav Kumar, Superintendent, Principal Chief Commissioner Office, Chennai; Now, we are moving towards the grant of Certificate of Excellence, which is being awarded to the following officers: Arjun Kumar Meena, Additional Director, HRM2, DGHRD; Shafiq Syed, Joint Commissioner, Principal Commissioner Office, CGST, Kolkata; Kishore Bhattad, Deputy Director, DGGI, Bangalore; Soumya Gupta, Deputy Commissioner, GST Policy Wing; Dheeraj Sharma, Under Secretary, TRU1; Saloni Gupta, Superintendent, HRM1, DGHRD; Reena Meena, Vigilance Officer, Directorate of Vigilance; Amit Khatri, Inspector, DGGI, New Delhi. Two awards are also being given to teams. The first team to get the award is DRI Mumbai. May I request K. Ashok Chakravarti, Deputy Director. Himanshu Joshi, Inspector. Anuj Pundir, Inspector. Siddharth Yadav, Inspector. The second team award goes to CGST, Delhi East Commissionerate. May I request Shishir Yadav, Superintendent. Vipin Prakash, Superintendent. Rohit Grewal, Inspector. Shrish Mishra, Inspector. हम प्रशंसा पत्र प्राप्त करने वाले सभी अधिकारियों, कर्मियों एवं उनके परिवारों को हार्दिक बधाई एवं शुभकामनाएं देते हैं।
We shall now proceed to recognize the outstanding performance of CGST zones and commissionerates during the financial year 2025-26. The awards in different categories are as follows. Firstly, in the registration category, the award for Best CGST Zone is being given to Jaipur. It is being received by Chief Commissioner H.S. Narang. The award for Best Performing Commissionerate is being given to Surat, being received by Commissioner Dr. Manpreet Arora. In the reference category, the award for Best Performing Zone goes to Bhopal, being received by Additional Commissioner Gauravi Dubey. For Best Performing Commissionerate, the award goes to Ujjain, being received by Commissioner P. Devraj. In the audit category, the award for Best Performing CGST Zone goes to Jaipur, being received by Chief Commissioner H.S. Narang. Award for Best Performing Commissionerate goes to Jaipur Audit, being received by Additional Commissioner Shashi Pawar. In the appeals category, the award for Best Performing CGST Zone goes to Bhopal, being received by Additional Commissioner Gauravi Dubey. For Best Performing Commissionerate, the award goes to Bhubaneswar Appeals, being received by Additional Commissioner Gopal Pati. Congratulations to all the award-winning zones.
अब मैं माननीय मुख्य अतिथि एवं मंचासीन गणमान्य अतिथियों से विनम्र अनुरोध करती हूं कि वे स्वच्छता उदय 2025 पुस्तिका का विमोचन करें।
The true value of any initiative lies in the sharing of knowledge. To recognize numerous innovative and impactful Swachhta ideas and to create a repository of ideas, the best practices have been compiled into a special publication titled Swachhta Uday 2025. Thank you, sirs. The booklet reflects our collective commitment towards cleanliness, environmental responsibility, and institutional excellence. As we continue to celebrate excellence, we now move to the presentation of Swachhta Awards 2024-25. These awards recognize exemplary efforts towards promoting cleanliness, sustainability, and a healthy workplace environment. The awards in different categories are: for Best CGST Zone, the award goes to Nagpur, being received by Chief Commissioner Sandeep Puri. For Best Customs Zone, the award goes to Patna Customs Preventive, being received by Joint Commissioner Navneet Kumar. For Best Directorate, the award goes to DG Systems and Data Management, being received by Joint Director Vaibhav Kumar Singh. For Best CGST Commissionerate, the award goes to Shimla, being received by Commissioner Farah Iqbal Gupta. For Best Customs Commissionerate, the award goes to ICD-PPG, being received by Principal Commissioner Rajiv Yadav. For Best Zonal Unit, the award goes to DG Arm Delhi, being received by ADG Zubair Riaz Kamli. Swachhta projects executed by the following formations have been selected under Special Mention category. Firstly, Customs Preventive Shillong. The award is being received by Joint Commissioner Amit Kumar Singh. CGST Bangalore Audit 1. The award is being received by Commissioner Badri Prasad MV. Mundra Customs, being received by ADC Amit Kumar Mishra. Congratulations to all the award winners. May I request all the dignitaries to kindly take their respective seats on the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now privileged to hear from our honorable chief guest, whose leadership and guidance have been instrumental in shaping India's tax administration and advancing the vision of a transparent, efficient, and taxpayer-centric system. It is my honor to invite our chief guest, Revenue Secretary Shri Arvind Srivastav, to address the gathering.
Chairman CBIC, Shri Vivek Chaturvedi ji, members of CBIC, ex-chairman and members of the board, officers from the department and other central and state departments, representatives of trade and industry, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege to join all of you as we celebrate GST Day 2026, marking 9 years since the implementation of the Goods and Services Tax, which is one of the most significant economic reforms that has been undertaken in the independent India. The theme of this year's celebration, Sugam Kar Vyavastha Sashakt Bharat, which is simple tax system and empowered India, captures the essence of the GST journey. GST has evolved beyond being a tax reform, but as an instrument of economic integration, formalization, transparency, and citizens' empowerment. The vision of one nation, one tax, one market has today matured into a reality that supports seamless movement of goods, promotes competitiveness, and strengthens India's economic unity. The taxpayer base, the compliance levels, and the buoyancy of GST revenues, all of these reflect not only the strength of India's economy, but also the growing confidence of taxpayers in the system. Even more encouraging is the consistency of this growth. GST revenues have demonstrated resilience across economic cycles and have steadily strengthened the fiscal position both of the union and the states. Importantly, this improvement has been achieved without increasing the rate of taxes. It reflects better compliance, greater formalization, improved economic activities, and effective use of technology. Today, GST contributes nearly 1/3 of the gross tax revenues of the union government, while providing states with a buoyant and stable source of revenue. This has strengthened India's fiscal capacity and created greater space for investment, whether it is in infrastructure or social sectors. One of the most enduring contributions of GST has been the formalization of economy. Millions of enterprises have entered the formal ecosystem, which has helped them to gain access to wider markets, to access formal credit, the digital transactions, and new growth opportunities. This process of formalization has strengthened both economic productivity and compliance while enhancing transparency across the supply chains. An estimate shows that over 70 lakh additional enterprises have entered the formal economy since GST was launched. Technology has been the backbone of this transformation. The GST ecosystem today represents one of the largest, most complex and sophisticated digital tax administration of the world. The GST ecosystem processes well over 25 crore digital documents every month. Registration, return filing, refunds, e-way bill, e-invoicing, and compliance management are now driven through integrated digital platforms. This integration has significantly reduced compliance costs while improving transparency and administrative efficiency. The year 2026 is particularly important because it is the period of consolidation of GST 2.0 reform agenda. GST 2.0 reflects our commitment to building a tax system that is simpler, smarter, and more responsive to taxpayers' need. The emphasis today is on trust-based administration. We are moving towards greater automation, reduced human interface, faster taxpayer services, quicker refunds, improved grievance redressal, and simplified compliance processes. Honest taxpayers should experience GST as a facilitator of their business growth rather than a regulatory compliance burden. The foundation of GST 2.0 is the rate structure rationalization. The entire exercise was carried out adhering to a few core principles that has resulted in a simple and an unambiguous rate structure. Apart from giving relief to consumers, it has improved compliance and reduced the hassles that businesses face on account of classification and interpretation issues. This stable and predictable rate structure allows level playing field to businesses. Therefore, it is imperative that instead of rate arbitrage related debates and discussions, we focus our entire attention on enhancing taxpayer services and improving ease of doing business. Continued efforts towards simplification of compliance, procedures for faster refunds, reduced litigation, greater use of technology and data analytics, seamless integration of systems, and responsive taxpayer support can further strengthen the GST ecosystem. A taxpayer-centric and technology-driven approach will help reduce compliance costs, improve certainty, and foster a more business-friendly environment while ensuring efficient tax administration. One of the greatest strengths of GST lies in the institutional framework through which it operates. The GST Council is a very unique and one of the finest examples of cooperative federalism in India. Over the last 9 years, the Council has consistently demonstrated that complex issues that affect both union and states, even when they affect them differentially, can be resolved through dialogue, consultation, and eventually through consensus. This continued success of GST would not have been possible without the unwavering commitment of the state government and the officers from their GST formations from across this country. On this occasion, I place on record my sincere appreciation of their partnership and constructive engagement. I congratulate all the award-winning commissionerate and zones today. The credit also goes to every officer and staff member of various GST formations whose dedication has contributed to these achievements. My compliments to them too. As India advances towards the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, GST will remain one of the foundational pillars supporting economic growth, investment, manufacturing competitiveness, formalization, and fiscal sustainability. Our objective for the coming years is clear: a GST system that is simple, predictable, consistent, technology-driven, and trusted both by the taxpayers and the tax administrators. The GST journey is still evolving. With GST 2.0 laying the foundation for the next generation of reforms, we have an opportunity to build a world-class tax administration that combines efficiency with empathy, enforcement with facilitation, and technology with trust. On this occasion, I convey my sincere appreciation to the GST Council, state governments, the officers from the CBIC, GSTN, trade and industry associations, tax professionals, and above all, the taxpayers of India. Their partnership and commitment has made GST one of the most successful reforms in India and probably in the world. I am certain that this collaborative spirit will continue to guide us in the future too. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring address. Your valuable insights and guidance have reinforced our commitment towards building a more transparent, efficient, and citizen-centric tax administration. As we approach the conclusion of this memorable celebration, may I now invite Principal Chief Commissioner, CGST Delhi Zone, Ms. Rimjim Prasad, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Respected Revenue Secretary, Chairman CBIC, members of the board, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. As we conclude today's celebration marking the 9th anniversary of Goods and Services Tax, I stand before you to express my thanks on behalf of Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. First and foremost, we convey our heartfelt gratitude to the Chief Guest, Shri Arvind Srivastava, for sparing his time in gracing this special occasion with his esteemed presence. Sir, your commitment to refining policies has simplified doing business for millions. Your clear and inspiring words, continued guidance, and unwavering support to the indirect administration encourages us to strive for higher standards of efficiency, transparency, and public service. We are deeply honored by your presence today. I also express our sincere gratitude to Shri Vivek Chaturvedi for his visionary leadership and steadfast guidance in strengthening the indirect tax administration. Sir, your expertise and experience ensures that the CBIC administration across the country continues to serve all stakeholders with renewed dedication and commitment. I convey our thanks to Shri Sanjay Mangal, Member, GST and Tax Policy. We deeply appreciate his commitment and contribution towards strengthening the GST ecosystem. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to the other members of Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, Shri Bhujbal, Shri Amon Kumar Singh, Shri Yogendra Garg, and Shri Abhay Kumar Srivastava for their participation in the function today. Their continued guidance, support, and leadership in the successful implementation and evolution of the GST regime needs no mention. I warmly congratulate all the officers and their families whose services have been recognized today, and all of you have come from different parts of the country. Your commitment, professionalism, and dedication exemplifies the values of our organization. May such recognitions inspire all of us to continue to strive for excellence with integrity and sincerity. Not only the officers, but the zones and commissionerates have also been recognized today based on specific performance indicators. I congratulate the officers and staff of all these zones and commissionerates. I hope this creates a healthy atmosphere of competition and motivates all of us to excel. I also take this opportunity to acknowledge all our retired officers, especially those who are present here, for their invaluable service and contribution to the department. We thank them all for what we have learned from them and wish them good health, happiness, and a fulfilling life ahead. I also extend my sincere thanks to all the distinguished guests, senior officers, and others who have joined us in celebrating this important milestone in the journey of GST. Your presence has made this occasion truly special. No reform can succeed without collective effort. I express my sincere appreciation to all our partners in progress, the taxpayers, the trade bodies, the tax professionals, and all other stakeholders for their continued cooperation, constructive engagement, and the trust in the GST system. This collaborative partnership has been central to the success and growth of GST over the last 9 years. A special thanks is due to the GST choir led by Srimati Shubhagata Kumar. The GST song is their creation, and interestingly, it has also evolved along with the changes that have been made in GST. I would also like to acknowledge the efforts of Commissioner GST Delhi North and his team of officers and staff members, without whom this function would not have been possible. I thank DGTS for the audiovisual presentation, and also thank DG GST and DG HRD for the awards presented today. I am also thankful to the team from CSOI for providing support services. The dedication and teamwork of all of them has ensured that this celebration was conducted seamlessly. As we commemorate 9 years of GST under the theme Sugam Kar Vyavastha, Shasakt Bharat, let us renew our commitment to building a tax administration that is simple, transparent, technology-driven, and responsive to the needs of the taxpayer, while contributing to the vision of a stronger and more prosperous India. Thank you all once again for your time, meaningful participation, your dedication to our nation's progress. Jai Hind.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद महोदया.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now request everyone present in the hall to kindly rise for the national song and national anthem being presented by our very own CBIC cultural team.
Thank you.
इसी के साथ आज का ये गरिमामय समारोह संपन्न होता है। आप सभी की उपस्थिति ने इसे यादगार बनाया, इसके लिए हार्दिक धन्यवाद। जय हिंद। समारोह की यादगार को बनाए रखने के लिए हम पुरस्कार विजेताओं को एक ग्रुप फोटो के लिए आमंत्रित करते हैं। पहले ग्रुप फोटो में प्रशंसा पत्र प्राप्त 16 विजेता और दोनों टीमें मंच पे आएंगी। उसके उपरांत बेस्ट परफॉर्मिंग जोन्स एंड कमिश्नरेट मंच पे आएंगे और अंत में स्वच्छता अवार्ड से सम्मानित जोन्स ग्रुप फोटो के लिए आगे आएंगे।